Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another video. It's your fellow skeptic, and in the last comment section of my last baseball video, one of the viewers mentioned that I should check out American football, and that is something that I wanted to do for a while. And when someone commented it out in the comment section of video, I definitely want to do it even more now. I actually thought American football was actually same as that of rugby, but I believe it is not the same. American football uses more padding and like things more protective gear compared to rugby, I guess. So I did browse it some time back. So it's not the same. And rugby is something that is more from in the European side, whereas American football is something American made. I believe the origin of rugby was like some person like holding the ball and running, right? And there's like another issue as well, like American football is not, it's just something specific to America. When someone simply says football, at least not in America, they generally refer to soccer. In India we refer to football, which like when we say football, that means soccer, probably because of the colonial inheritance and because they call it soccer, right? Right. So yeah, I kind of definitely want to check it out. And Nin Lee was a guy who actually, one of the guys who actually got me into baseball. One of my first baseball videos was like Nin Lee's video comparing cricket and baseball. And one reason that I want to check this sport out specifically because it's a very dynamic sport. I like sports when it is more dynamic. One of the major issues with cricket or golf or like games like that, cricket is not that less dynamic. It is very dynamic, but there's like long forms of cricket like 50 over ones and test cricket, which can insanely boring. But one like good thing about baseball when comparing to cricket is that it's always dynamic. If the batter hits the ball, then there's definitely going to be some kind of action. That's something that I really love about baseball. And I believe in a game like this, right? Something like American football or rugby, it can get insanely dynamic and it's going to be so physical. It has to be, and it's going to be very similar to WWE. I love WWE. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. The Rules of American Football by Nin Lee. If you haven't checked this guy out, Nin Lee, you have to check it out. He made really good videos. One of the reasons why I am watching baseball right now without any further ado. Let's get right into it.
Nin explains the rules of American football. The object of the game is for your team to score more points than the opposing team. Okay. Teams are made up of 46 players in the NFL, with 11 players 46. Taking to the field at any one time. The field is 100 yards long by 53 yards wide, with two 10-yard end zones at each end. White markings on the field help players, referees and spectators keep a track of what's going on. The game starts with a kickoff. The team with possession of the ball is known as the offense, and the team without the ball is the defense. The job of the offense is to move the ball up the field and try and score points. This can be done by either running forwards with the ball, or by throwing it up the field for a teammate to catch.
Right.
The offense is given 4 chances, or 4 downs, to make at least 10 yards.
4 downs.
If the offense manages to move the ball 10 yards or more, they will retain possession of the ball, whilst given another 4 downs to make another 10 yards.
Understood.
On your TV screen you will see this graphic. This tells you what down the team is on, and this tells you how many yards they need to make. If you're also watching this on TV, they will also show you the lines they need to cross in order to make their downs.
It's insanely aggressive, isn't it?
The defense's job is to stop the offense moving the ball forwards by tackling. This includes pulling them to the ground, stopping them from moving forward, or forcing them off the field.
Oh, wow.
If the offense fails to move the ball 10 yards within 4 downs, the ball is given to the defending team at that point. The defending team will then bring on their offensive players and try and move the ball in the opposite direction so that they can score.
Got it.
You will most likely see the offense kick the ball away on 4th down to make it more difficult for the other team to score. Teams will usually have 3 different units of 11 players that come on the field at different times. They include the offense. These players will usually come on the field when they have possession of the ball. The offensive unit consists of these positions.
O tackle, O guard, O center. Okay, so that means offensive, right? Tight end, wide receiver, quarterback, fullback, running back, wide receiver. Yeah, see, one of the things that I noted about this structure is that wide receiver seems to have like a significantly larger possibility of covering those 10 yards compared to anybody else. Because I believe like wide receiver is not going to be it's going to have a lot of headroom to run, right? When I say headroom, I mean leg room. No, that's not right. But you get the idea, right? I think he can easily cover more of 10 yards because we play football and all, soccer. And like it is easier to serve to someone who is like wider, and unless it is getting intercepted, I think it's going to be an easier play. Isn't that like a common play? Or is
Quarterback is the most important player on the field, as he's the one who decides to pass the ball up the field, hand it off to a teammate so that they can run with it, or decide to run with it himself. These offensive line positions are usually responsible for protecting the quarterback. The wide receivers are responsible for running down the field to catch the ball thrown by the quarterback. The tight end is responsible for blocking and also catching the ball in the middle of the field. And the running back and fullback is responsible for running with the ball up the field. The defense. These plays will usually come on the field when the other team has the ball. The defensive unit consists of these positions. The defensive line is responsible for moving
linebacker, safety, cornerback, tackle, end. Okay, got it.
Past the offensive line. The linebackers stop running backs coming through the defensive line, and they're also responsible for attacking the quarterback.
Right.
The cornerbacks try and stop the wide receivers, and the safeties try and stop the pass up the middle of the field. Special teams. Special teams are specialist players that come on the field when there's a kick involved. Within the special teams is a mix.
Kick involved, what does that mean?
Safeties try and stop the pass up the middle of the field. Special teams. Special teams are specialist players that come on the field when there's a kick involved. Within the special teams is a mixture of offensive and defensive players, mixed with either a punter or kicker for offense, or a punt returner for defense. Now you know what all the players do and how the game is played. But how do you score? In American football, there's 4 different ways of scoring. Number 1, a touchdown. The main way of scoring is via a touchdown. If the ball is carried into the end zone area, or thrown and caught in the end zone, this is a touchdown and is worth 6 points. Unlike in rugby, you don't need to touch the ball down onto the ground. All you have to do is cross the line with the nose of the ball to score. Number 2, extra points. Once a touchdown has been scored, you have the option of kicking it through the uprights for an extra point, or try and pass or run the ball into the end zone for an extra 2 points. Most teams play it safe and go with the 1 point. Number 3, field goal. At any time, the team with the ball can kick the ball between the posts and over the crossbar. To do this, they must hand it to a teammate who will hold it down to the ground, ready for the kicker to make a kick. A successful kick scores 3 points. Number 4, ready for the kicker over the crossbar. To do this, they must hand it to a team.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, if you have a really good kicker, wouldn't it be like significantly more easier to like kick the ball onto the hoop rather than just going for a touchdown, because it's going to be insanely more difficult, isn't it? I think you have to make a decision between whether to score 3 points with that risky kick, or like to score the touchdown with riskier. It's riskier. Touchdown is riskier, right? Or is that a stupid way of thinking about it? I'm new to this. Okay, be kind to me.
Teammate who will hold it down to the ground, ready for the kicker to make a kick. A successful kick scores 3 points. Number 4, a safety. If the defense tackles an offensive player behind his own goal line, the defending team scores 2 points. The game is played in 4 15-minute quarters for a combined playing time of 60 minutes. High score at the end of 60 minutes wins. Ties are rare in American football, and overtime periods are played if necessary to determine the winner. Different leagues have different rules about tie games.
So good.
Is that it? Is that all I need to know? Well, you're almost there, but American football is filled with lots of rules, and you'll need to understand a few more of them before playing or watching a game. For example, fumble. If a ball carrier drops the ball, that's a fumble. Any player on the field can recover the ball by diving onto it. The team that recovers a fumble gets possession of the ball.
That makes sense. That's what a regular
interception.
Would do.
An aggressive defense can regain possession of the ball by catching or intercepting passes that are meant for players on the other team. Both fumble recoveries and interceptions can be run back into the end zone for touchdowns.
Why are they throwing things at them?
Both fumble recoveries and interceptions can be run back into the end zone for touchdowns. Sack. If the defense tackles a quarterback whilst he has possession of the ball, this is known as a sack.
Oh shit.
If the defense tackles a quarterback whilst
this is way worse in WWE.
He has possession of the ball, this is known as a sack.
God.
This is detrimental to the offense as a down is wasted, and this usually results in a loss of yards. Incomplete pass. If a pass intended to a receiver hits the ground first or is thrown out of bounds, this is ruled an incomplete pass. A down is wasted and play restarts from the spot of the last down. Penalty. If a player breaks one of the rules, referees will throw flags onto the field. They will determine who made the foul and how many yards his team should be penalised.
Oh, penalized. Okay, cool.
Field. They will determine who made the foul and how many yards his team should be penalised.
What's a foul though?
Challenge. If a coach disagrees with the decision on the field, they can throw red flags onto the field. The previous play will then be reviewed, and if the challenge is successful, the ruling on the field is reversed. If the challenge is unsuccessful and
Oh, that's why they're throwing the flags. Okay.
the ruling on the field stands, they forfeit one timeout. Timeout. If a team wants to stop the clock to regroup, take a break, or discuss strategy, they are allowed 3 timeouts per half. Each timeout lasts 60 seconds, and players get a break of 12 minutes at half time. Now this is a lot to take in, but once you start playing or watching American football, the rules will become clear. If you found this
Yeah, I think that's gonna make
video at all
sense,
helpful,
yeah.
please like, share with your friends, rate, comment and subscribe. It takes me ages to make one of these things, and good karma is very much appreciated. Be sure to follow me on Twitter also, but in the meantime, enjoy American football.
Yeah, man, like when a sport is insanely dynamic, it's like way more entertaining and interesting to watch. I think that's the bottom line for me. Like, since it is so dynamic, and I've been watching a lot of American web series. I think one of the recent ones that I watched is like Goosebumps. So I don't know if you know. So I used to read a Goosebumps book. Oh, yeah. So there was one of Adelstein when I was a kid growing up, and there was a couple of series that came out. Not that, is that a 2023 one? Yeah, this one, 2023 one, right? There's one with what's it called? This guy? No, it's the other one. So the 2023 one is starting with the American football game, if I remember correctly. And this guy is like the main guy. I think this guy is the quarterback, if I remember correctly. And this guy is like the most valued player for them. So I've seen several references of American football in several of the series that I watched, and it was very interesting, even for the short period of time that you get to see it. Now I need your guys' help on this one because I don't know where to go from here. You guys need to tell me what is the video that I should watch next, because I don't know, because I do have very limited knowledge of it. Maybe I could watch a match and understand more rules by watching the match, like Ninley said, or should I just watch more rules prior to getting into the match? Otherwise, like, I'll be sitting there, right? I do know that the Super Bowl is the end of the NFL. Like, NFL is, I don't know when does it happen. I'll have to do more research on that. I'll definitely do that. So, Sunday, right? When does it happen? And that CEO got caught as well, right? Was that in a NFL match? I know there was like a Coldplay concert going on. Was it a part of NFL match? Maybe. Yeah, I do know that like things like Jumbotrons and kiss cams in Super Bowl, which is like really popular, and there are references of it all throughout the world, isn't it? And I don't know like which are the main teams. Best team in NFL. Philadelphia Eagles. Washington. I have heard of New York Giants. Very cool. I'm really glad that I picked this specific sport because it's something that I want to check out for a really long time, and there's like a lot of references. I think, as mentioned in the comment section of this video, right, there's one guy mentioning that I literally had no idea about American football. The only thing that I knew about the game before watching this video was like that you need somebody grabs the ball and like run towards the other side of it, and there was a guy in quarterback, and I also knew that there was a term called touchdown. So yeah, I needed these references, all right, because it comes up so much in Hollywood, doesn't it? So Ninley, thank you very much again. Maybe this could be the boiling point for me to get into this specific sport like I did for baseball, and I feel really glad of checking this out. Okay, so you guys let me know what I should check out next. Alright, if you do like these kind of reactions, finally hit the thumbs up button and let YouTube know you like what you're watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Good night.